Hello, everyone. Still here, still just gaining so many insights from the show. Today, I'm with Alex Sanson, Senior Brand Manager at Magic Light Pictures. And a lot of what Magic Light does is takes their properties, not only from page or from screen, but takes them and puts them into real life. So we've seen a lot of activations from their IPs like the Gruffalo and Pip and Posy have these great activations throughout the UK. So I'm here to learn a little bit more about that. So first, tell me about these LBEs. How do they come to life? What are they like?
Wow, that's such a big question. So I think something that we really try to do is create lots of different ways for audiences to engage, depending where they are, what kind of disposable income they have, but there's something there for everyone. And they come about in a number of ways, but I'm incredibly lucky that, I'm looking after the Gruffalo, a brand which so many people love, and we get a lot of approaches. And so when we get an approach, my first question is, okay, well, does this make sense for the brand, for the values, for the story behind it? And how can we really bring that story to life in this space? So that will be the first thing that I'll be thinking if someone comes to me and they want to do, a trail or an exhibition or something like that.
Cool. And then you said you have the Gruffalo in particular. I know the Gruffalo is celebrating an anniversary. Are you doing anything special to kind of mark the occasion?
Yeah, so we've got 25 years next year, which is really, really exciting. And we're going to be marking it. It's going to be a year of celebration, really, with as many different touch points as I can really squeeze in there. And I think, it's all going to kick off. Well, there'll be a new anniversary edition book from the publisher Macmillan Children's Books in January, and then we'll be kicking off with the World Book Day promotion, really. So end of February, leading into that sort of first Thursday of March, where all the kids will be dressing up in their costume characters, going to school. And for a lot of kids, that will be the Gruffalo, or maybe the witch from Room on the Broom, or Zog. So, we're really lucky to have a lot of characters in that moment, and that will really be where, for me, we'll start to push, the anniversary messaging. But we've also got a lot of location-based experiences. So, for example, Forestry England, who have been a partner since the 15th year of the Gruffalo, and they'll be rolling out a brand new trail which will run throughout the year, and we'll be celebrating 25 years, and there'll be lots of birthday party activities in the summer as well. But then other partners, so for example Chessington World of Adventures Resort, we have a Gruffalo river ride there, and they'll be running some birthday party celebrations and a special kind of enhanced meet and greet for the birthday. And then we've got a brand new, so just launched in May, the Gruffalo and Friends Clubhouse in Blackpool. So it's our first standalone experience, essentially, and they have got some really exciting plans lined up for next year that will be launching again right at the beginning of the year and running throughout, so that children can come and celebrate the Gruffalo's birthday with him.
Awesome. And then with all of those location-based experiences, how do you, there's so much going on, how do you figure out the finer points or make sure you're smoothing out each and every detail so when it reaches the consumer, it goes as smoothly as possible?
Yeah, it's hard, there's often a lot of people involved. Ideally, you'll have a good project manager pulling everything together from the, location side. And I think, the approvals process is really, really important, and lining that out from the get-go, establishing good relationships with the partner, whoever it is that's hosting the experience, and seeing eye to eye that you both want to get the same thing from the experience, that you both see it heading in the right direction, and then getting that approval back and forth, and that mutual respect as well. They understand their audience and their visitors best. We understand our fans best, and bringing, respecting the information and the knowledge that you both have, going through the approval process together in a collaborative way, rather than, oh no, you can't do that, you can't do this. Okay, well, we can't do this, but we could do that, which would achieve the same goal and be on brand. So really trying to collaborate with our partners in the best way possible to create an experience that feels very authentic.
And then how do you navigate some of the trends? So I know you've done like nature walks and things that are very much honest and true to the story of the Gruffalo itself, but how do you also kind of branch out and try new things?
Yeah, so we do our best. We're quite a small company, and I would say, when it comes to trying new things, we always want to put ourselves out there, but we're a little bit cautious. Things that we've tried and have worked well especially, so we have got a couple of augmented reality apps. We've got one called the Gruffalo Spotter, which was to use alongside the Forestry England Trail at the time, and that got 400,000 downloads. It was BAFTA nominated. It did superbly well. So I think that was an example of a time where we took a new technology, we were able to create this digital experience, but we put it alongside a tried and tested model that we know works for us, that we know families love, and then it's an optional add-on, you know? You could still do the trail without it, but it's an enhancement, let's say. And I think that's a way that you can try new technologies and new trends without, taking a huge risk, because you've already got something that is proven to work, sort of established in that space.
Awesome. And then also, just kind of my last question, expanding on my previous one, but where do you see the space going in the next year and the next 5 years when it comes to location-based experiences?
Yeah. This is such a tricky question. It relies on so much, changing. I do think there's also a disparity between what I think might happen and what I want to happen. Because what I think will happen, I think digital experiences will continue to evolve. We know that consumers are pushed for, their purses are tight right now. People will be looking to absolutely get the most out of and, value-added experiences. But I think the digital space will grow and those enhanced digital experiences will become very important. But I actually hope that I kind of want people to put their phones away when they go out on a day out. Maybe you're going to take some pictures or whatever, but I think it's so nice just to remember that when we go on a day out, whether we go to a theme park or a forest or, we're there with our friends and our family and people that we care about. And I hope that we'll move more in that sort of organic space. So yeah, I guess those two are at odds, what I think might happen and what I really want to happen.
Definitely. Anything is possible. That's kind of the beauty of the space in and of itself.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that's what's so great, is that it's really about the creativity of whoever's putting on the experience and the different parties involved. Their imagination is the limit, and there are so many things to be done.
Exactly, yes. Well, hopefully you guys have gained as much as I have from this interview, learning more about location-based experiences and what each and every company can bring to the table and really expand their IPs into another level. As always, stay with us for more insights from Brand Licensing Europe, and remember, it starts here.